I've reviewed every iPhone 17 model, and my advice is something different this year. With Apple upgrading the base iPhone 17, redesigning both Pro models, and launching the all-new iPhone Air, this might be the hardest year yet to choose. Here's how I'm deciding. The idea of tyranny of choice says that having a set of good choices is supposed to let everyone find exactly what makes them most happy. But the reality is that having so many good choices can often lead to anxiety, indecisiveness, and discontent. If we apply this concept to the iPhone 17 lineup, then Apple is quite the tyrant this year. After all, the base model iPhone 17 is more pro than ever and offers the best value for money in 2025. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max have addressed the two biggest weak spots of last year's Pro models. And the iPhone Air gives you a chance to use tomorrow's technology today. Also, Apple iPhone 17 Pro Max review. I've got one big reason to recommend a year-over-year upgrade. I've upgraded my iPhone every year since the first iPhone in 2007, and I've spent hands-on time with all four of this year's iPhone models. And yet, my buying advice this year is wildly different than any other year in the past. And there are several reasons why. Let's unpack it by looking at each of the product lines, as well as who I'd recommend as the ideal upgrader for each one. The $799 iPhone 17 suits more people than ever. Do not sleep on the base model iPhone 17 this year. In recent years, I mostly relegated my recommendations of the base model iPhone to kids, teenagers, first-time iPhone users, and people who just needed a phone that would work because their old phone had a cracked screen or a battery that wouldn't hold a charge. And they wanted to limit how much they spent on a phone. Not so this year. The fact that Apple poured so many upgrades into the iPhone 17 was the surprise of the 2025 Apple event for me. First of all, Apple finally did a major facelift to the iPhone 17 screen technology, kicking it up to 6.3 inches from 6.1 last year, with thinner bezels, 120 Hz ProMotion display, 3,000 nits of peak brightness, an anti-reflective coating, and an always-on display. Also, Apple's iPhone 17 will forever change how we take selfies, including on Android phones. Apple also upgraded the cameras on the iPhone 17, moving to a 48-megapixel dual fusion camera with a 48-megapixel main camera and 48-megapixel ultra-wide. Plus, the iPhone 17 gets the same upgraded selfie camera technology as the Pros and Air get this year. That's a 24-megapixel square sensor that effectively shoots 18-megapixel images in either portrait or landscape mode, and can now automatically switch between the two without forcing you to flip your phone. Even better, you can let the camera use machine learning to find all the faces in the shot and automatically use portrait or landscape mode to get the best photo. Kudos to Apple for not keeping this new camera tech in the Pro phones only this year,